Hello, 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 everybody. Hello, everybody. We see the thumbnail. We see the thumbnail. Wow. It has been a hell of a week dealing with people getting fired, getting banned, and, free speech. I mean, this is one of the most heated and contested issues in America. One of the most heated. And because of these recent events, people getting fired, banned, it's kind of scaring people who believe in freedom of speech. Okay? Believing in freedom of speech is not about just saying, I support free speech on social media or a public platform. It's about acting consistently to protect the First Amendment. Even when you don't like what a person says, it should be protected. People say they believe in free speech, but true support is tested when the speech you don't like comes across your feed or is expressed. People said Charlie Kirk believed in speech freedom, right? Freedom of speech. I'm sorry, I got tongue twisted. Right? They said he believed in freedom of speech. All of this should include speech from people that you find offensive, speech you disagree with politically, speech from groups that you might be opposed to. Supporting free speech doesn't just mean it's convenient for you when you like free speech. It means defending the right of all people to express themselves, not just those whose opinion matches yours. I have the right not to like what Charlie Kirk says. You have a right to like what he says. You have a right to express that you like what he says. I have a right to express that I don't like what he says. Okay. And lately, we've had people getting banned, people told that they can't speak, they can't express. And I get it, I get it. Some of this, it's related to that cancer culture thing, right? It's the cancer culture thing. Okay. When somebody wants to get shamed, fired, boycotted for something they said, I get it. But you got to fight against that cancer culture, because that's the way to support freedom of speech. It's not opposing people's efforts to silence, punish, or censor people. I don't know what the outcome of the Kimmel firing is, but for him to be canceled or fired, I don't think that he went as far as that was concerned. Now they're making it seem as though it's something else other than what it was. See, true defenders of free speech don't cheer about when somebody loses their job or their reputation for expressing their views. They just don't. They speak up for the principle of open discussion. The question on the panel, the question tonight is, do you believe in free speech? Because if you believe in free speech, you should be championing that people who got fired because they lost their job, because they were expressing themselves. You should be championing those people right to say that. Okay. Another measure of free speech is whether a person speaks out when freedom of speech is restricted. In general, in our free society, and we're supposed to have a free society, silence in the face of censorship allows it to continue. And if I can't speak and say what needs to be said or I want to say because somebody banned me, my job, I get canceled because of my YouTube. I heard that Destiny got banned, demonetized. I mean, Destiny is kind of outrageous, but he has the right to say it. But the consequences, because this is a private entity, This is the private job, a private, business. So they can fire and hire whoever they want here. If the government starts punishing critics, like we suspect maybe this regime, this administration likes to do, where we can't share our opinions, those who value free speech should raise their voices in protest and demand accountability from our government. Free speech is a collective protection. It only works if it works for everybody. It only works if it works for everybody. So when a government tries to stop people from criticizing it or criticizing a person who died, the stakes become even higher. The ability to criticize leaders, policies, government action is one of the core pillars of our democracy. Without that, abuses of power will go unchecked. Firing people at will, doing and saying whatever they want to do. That's why I find it very hard to accept that all of the established reporting comes out of the White House and we don't have any checks and balances against it. Histories are full of examples of governments that silenced critics and led to corruption, oppression, even violence. Free speech allows citizens to expose the wrongdoings, debate the ideas, and hold power accountable. Losing this freedom isn't just about losing the words, it's about losing the ability to safeguard our rights. It's also important to understand that defending free speech doesn't mean agreeing with everything that's being said. It's about protecting the process of open dialogue. This is even when it's controversial, offensive, unpopular ideas must be allowed to be expressed, because the truth and the best solutions often come from debate. This is one of the things I don't like about a collective religion. Everybody believing in the collective Christianity, national Christianity. I just don't like that sheep mentality. I never have liked that sheep mentality, where I gotta believe everything someone said. I gotta believe this happened. I gotta believe that happened. Societies that suppress speech may feel safer in the long term, but it's dangerous over time. We lose our creativity, accountability, and the chance to grow from criticism. If you don't say anything, a person will do everything. Okay? And the belief in free speech requires courage and consistency. It requires speaking up when others are silenced. When a muzzle is put on a person, it's up to you to speak out. You need to defend unpopular opinions because they're free to be expressed, and questioning attempts at censorship. If anybody tries to censor a person, whether from private companies or mobs or government, somebody should speak up. The moment we stop defending free speech for everyone, we risk losing it for ourselves. If we don't use it to protect other people, it will slowly disappear, and with it, the ability to speak freely about it. Okay? And I get it. Kimmel and Colbert, I get, regardless of whether one finds his humor funny, crude, biased, offensive, it doesn't matter. It's a test case. This is a test case. If these two can be targeted by the highest office in the land for mockery and criticism of the president, then the door is open for other voices, journalists, activists, even regular citizens to face retaliation. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? This is the slippery slope civilian libertarians have long warned us about. Did you all listen to Pam Bondi, the attorney general, speak in terms of we're going to go after people who speak X, Y, and Z? What the hell is she talking about? You don't understand that the government can't do that? That it's written in our Constitution that you can't go and try to censor people from talking. You're in the government. You have the highest law. You're the highest police person in the land. What are you talking about? This is not about two comedians losing their job. It's about the precedent of the government. People deciding which voices are acceptable in the public square and which ones are not. We don't want it. We don't want that role to happen. I don't give a damn if you're on the right, you MAGA, anti-MAGA, Antifa. I don't give a damn. That Charlie person said that he fought for the freedom of speech. So now the MAGA and the whole crowd and the right, you need to start speaking for the right, for people to speak what they want to speak. Okay. Charlie positioned himself as someone who constantly warns about free speech being under attack on college campuses and in the media. He did that. Yet when the president, who Charlie supported, advocates for silencing Kimmel and Colbert, it's a double standard. It shows hypocrisy. Defending free speech cannot be selective. It cannot just be on the right. You cannot get to fire people from the right when you can't fire people from the left. The whole point is not to fire people at all for the speech. Either you support the right of all people to speak, even those that you can't stand, or the principle doesn't mean a goddamn thing. That's the whole point of the thumbnail. Do you believe in free speech, or that's just talk? You're just talking out your ass. Do you believe in the First Amendment, or you just talking out your ass about free speech? If conservatives and MAGA only defend speech they agree with, including progressives, including liberals, let me put all of y'all in there. If all y'all only defend speech y'all agree with while cheering suppression of the other side, the liberal side, the conservative side, y'all no different from that cancel culture that y'all didn't like years ago. Okay? The president has developed a reputation for twisting people's arms to get his way, whether in business dealings, political negotiations, or media conflict, whatever. This pattern matters because it suggests that his call for Kimmel and Colbert to be fired in the public square might not just be empty talk. Networks fearing retaliation or loss of government favor would be pressured to comply. That type of effect is exactly what our founding fathers, sought to prevent when they enshrined protections for speech and press. So I'm asking people, are you for free speech, freedom of speech, or you're not? I don't like what these people say. I don't like people dancing. I don't like people celebrating Charlie's death. He was a human being, okay? He was a human being. You had no business cheering on a person's death, laughing at a person's death. You had no right, and you're a despicable human being. When you're despicable when you danced on George Floyd's death. You're despicable when you danced on Charlie Kirk's death. You're a despicable human being. But I will fight to the death for your right to say what you want to say. Okay? If you don't fight for the left or the right, if you're on the right, you're a MAGA, and you don't fight for the left to say what they want, then don't fucking talk to nobody about freedom of speech or Constitution. Don't fucking talk to nobody about it, because you don't mean it. And if you're on the left and you're a liberal or progressive and you don't like what Charlie Kirk said, screw you, because Charlie could say what he wanted to say. Because that's what freedom of speech is. Okay? And I'm asking the question of people. Are you really practicing what you're saying, or you just talking? You don't mean shit. Shit don't mean nothing to y'all. You just say what you want, and then, let me call somebody's job and get them fired. Let me call your job, get you fired because I don't like what you say. That's pathetic. People dancing on Charlie's grave are pathetic. People who danced on George Floyd's grave, you're pathetic. But I have the strong, I will support you in what you say. Pathetic, you're pathetic, but I support your right to say it. Okay? And people say, people get to say, they can say whatever they want to. They shouldn't be talking like that. No. No. We can't allow that. We cannot allow it to just stay the way it is. Okay. People celebrated Charlie Kirk's death. That's not just, it's immoral. Okay. And I hear a lot of people say what a lot of people forget, and I get it. People forget that speech isn't a shield from consequences. I get that. Okay. Because you might have the right to post stuff online, but your boss or your community or your friends might decide they don't want to be associated with you. You can lose your job, your reputation, and all that good stuff. I get that too. That's why the reaction to Charlie Kirk's death should be a wake-up call to y'all. If we get to a point where people cheer for a person's death just because of political differences, then our society has lost its moral compass. It's lost more. It's lost more than a person. It's lost its backbone, its heart. It shows how far division has gone and how much we've allowed politics to harden our heart. Standing up for free speech doesn't mean agreeing with everything that's said. It means creating a culture where disagreement doesn't turn into dehumanization. We need to remember that free speech works both ways. It protects people like Charlie when he criticized liberals, and it protects his critics when they push back. But what it should never become is a weapon to strip away people's dignity when somebody dies. That's not free speech, that's cruelty. Okay? And I don't want to agree with one person very much, Tucker Carlson. I very rarely agree with Tucker Carlson because Tucker Carlson be on some ish. But I do believe in what he said here. Let's listen to Tucker.
Notice how rare that is. It's been noted in the past couple of days, Charlie was a free speech champion. Absolutely, he was. And I pray that that's his legacy. But I also think it's important to explain why that mattered to him. It was not abstract in any sense. It was central. It was the core. Because consider what it means if you don't respect free speech, which is...
Hold on. I'm not calling you out. I'm calling all of us out. All of us out. Don't get in your fee-fees. I'm calling everyone out. You're just the latest people to cheer for Kimmel getting fired, cheer for Destiny getting fired. You're just the latest one, but it's both sides.
Another way of saying free conscience, the right of other people to make up their own minds about the basic questions of what is right or wrong, and to express their views on those issues. If you don't acknowledge the right of other people to do that, and if you take steps to prevent them from doing that, what are you really saying? You're really saying, I don't think you have a soul. I think you're a meat puppet I can control. I think you're an animal, maybe sub-animal. You're a slave. You're a person to whom I can dictate belief. I don't acknowledge that you have the right to come to your own conclusion is another way of saying, I don't acknowledge that you're a human being. It's dark. There's nothing darker than that. And trust me, they believe it, the ones who've thought about it. And there are a lot of those. But for a lot of people, particularly those who are just repeating what they think they should say or responding to the momentary rage of the moment,
Did I mention black or white CM4T? Did I mention any person, black or white? Did I say the words black or white? Listen.
They just throw stuff out. And we've got to hope that the Attorney General of the United States, Pam Bondi, is in that category. She said this just yesterday. Watch.
There's free speech and then there's hate speech. And there is no place, especially now, especially after what happened to Charlie, in our society.
There's free speech and then there's hate speech. This is the Attorney General of the United States, the Chief Law Enforcement Officer of the United States, telling you that there's this other category called hate speech. And of course, the implication is that's a crime. There's almost no sentence that Charlie Kirk, and I'm not running the risk of appropriating his memory for my own ends by saying this, it's provable. There's no sentence that Charlie Kirk would have objected to more than that. And you've got to think the Attorney General didn't think it through and was not attempting to desecrate the memory of the person she was purporting to celebrate, that she just threw that out there, that she hadn't thought about it. You hope that. You hope that Charlie Kirk's death won't be used by a group we now call bad actors to create a society that was the opposite.
Now you need to listen to the Tucker Carlson regarding Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi went too far, and Tucker is about to explain that.
Opposite of the one he worked to build. You hope that. You hope that a year from now, the turmoil we're seeing in the aftermath of his murder won't be leveraged to bring hate speech laws to this country. And trust me, if it is, if that does happen, there is never a more justified moment for civil disobedience than that, ever. And there never will be. Because if they can tell you what to say, they're telling you what to think. There is nothing they can't do to you because they don't consider you human. They don't believe you have a soul. A human being with a soul.
She's the Attorney General of the United States. She's the highest police person in the land.
A free man has a right to say what he believes, not to hurt other people, but to express his views. And by the way, that thinking, and not to pile on the Attorney General, who's a very nice person, but that thinking that she just articulated on camera there is exactly what got us to a place where some huge and horrifying percentage of young people think it's okay to shoot people you disagree with, to kill Nazis for saying things they don't like. Why do they believe that? How did we get here? Is it the video games? Is it the SSRIs? Yeah, probably. But what it really is 12 and then 16 years of indoctrination in our schools at the hands of people who tell them that, who say exactly what the Attorney General just said. Well, there's free speech, which of course we all acknowledge is important, so important. But then there's this thing called hate speech. Hate speech, of course, is any speech that the people in power hate, but they don't define it that way. They define it as speech that hurts people, speech that is tantamount to violence. And we punish violence, don't we? Of course we do.
Right.
They've been taught that every year of their lives. And so naturally, most of them believe it. So when Charlie Kirk is shot in the throat with a 30-06 on camera,
right,
I doubt very many young Americans want to see something like that or actually applaud the death of a man, a father, a husband. But they've been told for their entire lives in schools exactly what Pam Bondi just told them.
Right.
Well, there's free speech, but then there's also hate speech, and woe to those who engage in it because it's a crime. That's a lie.
That's a lie. That is a lie. Hate speech is not a lie. You need to listen to Tucker. Tucker is saying the backlash of just because you don't like what someone says doesn't mean they don't have a right to say it. And the government should not be involved with trying to censor people, which is what Tucker is trying to say. Listen.
And it's a lie that denies the humanity of the people you're telling it about. And so any attempt to impose hate speech laws in this country, and trust me, there are a lot of people who would like them. There are a lot of people who'd like to codify their own.
You need to grow up, camp goer number one. If you think it's just the left, we didn't get here just because the left was speaking wild. We got here because both sides were speaking wild. Own your shit. If you're a Republican, own your shit. Own your shit. Don't just blame it on the left. Own your right shit.
Own beliefs by punishing those under the U.S. code who disagree with their beliefs. Any attempt to do that is a denial of the humanity of American citizens and cannot be allowed under any circumstances. That's got to be the red line. Because again, when they can do that, what can't they do?
The government cannot be allowed to censor people, to violate the freedom speech amendment, constitute. I think is amendment number 1. Yeah, 1. First Amendment is freedom of speech. We cannot allow them to take that right away from us. Okay. Yes. When I heard Pam Bondi talking about hate speech, I was like, oh Lord, that's crazy. Trump and MAGA never demonized left. Thomas, are you on the spectrum? Because if you got to be on the spectrum if you don't hear what the president is saying inside the White House. You got to be on the spectrum. You got to be.
And this is something, by the way, that Charlie thought about a lot, and that I
own your shit, right side. Own your shit. Just like the left needs to own their shit, you need to own your shit.
Had occasion to talk to him about a lot, and I really don't want to make any of this about me because it has nothing to do with me. But I did have reason to have these conversations with Charlie a lot, many, many times over the past 3 or 4 months. And
of course they celebrated.
This began at an event that he held in Florida in July, the TPUSA MFest event, Turning Point event. I often go. I always have the best time.
No, they
I always
don't.
see Charlie ahead of time.
And you know how I know they don't? Is because we have people in here saying, the left did it. The left did it. The left is doing it. The left is doing it. Own your shit because the right does it too. Own your shit. Own your shit. Because that's all we hear is the left is doing it. The left is doing it. The hate speech is coming from the left. The left. The left. No, own your shit. Because some of it is coming from the right. Okay? Some of it is coming from the right. Your president, for sure, is saying crazy stuff from the White House. Stop it.
A cup of coffee in a hotel room, talk about what's going on. In addition to being, of course, a conservative advocate, he was also a conservative organizer, a coalition builder, and he was very involved in politics in a way that I'm not. So it was interesting as hell. But it was also a way to learn what young people are thinking about, talking about, because he was on college campuses all the time. And what is the state of a couple of big debates that are happening within the Republican coalition, particularly around foreign policy. And Charlie's views on foreign policy, which I think are fairly well known now, a lot of people lying about them, were evolving, but had really evolved.
Right. That's Tucker Carlson. Okay. That's Tucker Carlson. And I want to do the one with Ben Shapiro. Hold on. Ben Shapiro. Okay? Because I haven't seen too many people on the left doing anything. Here. This is the one on the right.
Our nation in mourning after the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Supporters have been paying their...
Here we go.
Left is making that very hard to do by pushing false narratives like the one about Charlie Kirk's suspected assassin.
Right.
ABC has suspended Jimmy Kimmel's late night show live indefinitely over remarks he made surrounding all of this. That
we do listen. You're not listening to your shit. You're not listening to your shit. I said the right needs to own their shit. Just own your shit and shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up and own your shit. Just say some of us on the right need to tone it down. That's all the fuck you need to say. You don't need to say anything else. That's just dumb. When you say that, then I know you're taking your shit. You're not owning your shit. When you don't say that. I can say that. The left on my side needs to own their shit. You need to own your shit. The fuck out of here.
We've been through. Kimmel is reportedly furious over the decision and looking for ways to get out of his contract. Here is exactly what he said in his opening monologue on Monday.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from.
President Trump posted, "Great news for America. The ratings challenge Jimmy Kimmel show is canceled. Congratulations to ABC for finally having the courage to do what had to be done." senior national correspondent William Lajeunesse. William.
That's your president. That's your president. Look at having the courage to do what they need to do. What? Yeah. That's all you got to do is listen to your president every day. Every day.
Well, here's two things here. What Kimmel said, and secondly, why stations want him off the air. But then there's another layer. There's a $6 billion sale of some TV stations that some feel ABC caved to government pressure to get the deal done. But let's start with Kimmel. Seen here after ABC suspended his show for comments about Kirk's killer and this joke about President Trump.
This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish.
Well, many found that offensive. Also, Tyler Robinson's mother says he's politically left, pro-gay and pro-trans rights. Kimmel is wrong.
To see that America's broadcasters are standing up to serve the interests of their community. We don't just have this progressive foie gras coming out from New York and Hollywood.
Mm-hmm. So that prompted this from the ACLU and Democrats. Jimmy Kimmel is the latest target of the Trump administration's plan to silence critics and control what American people read and watch.
That's the same energy that we want to have on your side. When something happens on everybody's side, that's the same energy. When you stand up for your side to say whatever they want, you all are standing up for your president to say this. Then you should be able to stand up for whatever Jimmy Kimmel said. It's bullshit. It's okay when it's on the right. No, not critics, but yeah, okay. Then how do we explain Colbert? We can't explain Colbert.
This is just despicable, disgusting, and against democratic values.
America is a less free place if late night comedians cannot do and say what they want.
We should not be going after people for this. Look, did he get some things wrong? Yeah. I mean, but he is not a commentator, a news anchor. This is somebody who's a comedian.
Well, many feel he is a social commentator.
I mean, if it was a business decision, then that's okay. If it's a business decision. Right now it's murky, right? Right now it's kind of murky. Okay. Who knows? We don't know. If he was fired because he wasn't any good or business-wise, okay, fine. You got fired because of that. But don't be dancing on his grave like, oh yeah, he said something about Charlie, so he should be fired. That's not how that goes. That's not how it's supposed to go. Okay? That's not how it's supposed to go. Here we got, what's this next guy? Here we go. We got
reporting. Thank you.
Ben
That says it all about the ratings. In focus now, Ben Shapiro, podcast host.
You all please hit the like button coming in. Please hit the like button. I appreciate it. Or the hate button, whatever button you feel like hitting, but hit the button. Please and thank you.
Great to see you today. First of all, you're in the media. You're seeing this blow up as we all did. And so
that's true, Peace Pack. That's
social media over the last 24 hours, especially last night. Your first reaction?
Brian.
My first reaction is I'm sort of surprised that it took 10 years for the public to sound off on how much Jimmy Kimmel sucks. I mean, the reality is that he's been awful at his job for full on a decade. His ratings have been terrible. He has become.
No, don't start that, Thomas. You know good and well we saw people online dancing on the grave of George Floyd. Stop it. Stop it.
Not a comedian, but as Guy Benson over there has said, the woke pope of late night comedy. And so affiliates looking at Jimmy Kimmel at this point and saying, you know what, we don't wish to be associated with Jimmy Kimmel's program. That is perfectly well within the ambit of what affiliates very often do when they don't like the programming or they don't like the things that particular hosts are saying. Sinclair has made very clear their feelings about Jimmy Kimmel. They say they're going to replace his show on the air this Friday with an hour-long tribute to all of our friend Charlie Kirk, which I think is exactly the right move. I would not be shocked at all if that tribute received significantly higher ratings than Jimmy Kimmel's show did in that slot.
Well, back in 2017, there was somebody who already felt like Jimmy Kimmel didn't have great humor. In fact, he tweeted about it. Charlie Kirk. Look at this. Charlie Kirk said then, October 5th, 2017, Jimmy Kimmel isn't funny. Ben.
Well, I mean, Charlie was right about a lot of things. That is just another thing that Charlie was right about. And again, I think that the question is to whether Kimmel is losing his position, whether he ever comes back.
That's my question too, St. Charles. If Kimmel was bad for 10 years, well, why did y'all wait for Trump to say something to realize that he wasn't no good? Okay. He's still a human being, Thomas. He's still a human being. It doesn't matter how he died or when he died or what he died. He was still a human being. Okay. Nobody went to your job and tried to cancel you because you danced on his grave. Nobody tried to get people fired then.
Due to public pressure or whether it's due to the Trump administration is an interesting question, but there's no question that the general public was not buying what Jimmy Kimmel was selling, and that was evident from the ratings. And if affiliates, again, say, you know what, we don't wish to put this on our stations, well, nobody has a right to a late night show on ABC or its affiliates.
Right.
Well, Kimmel was far from the only person in the legacy media pushing the false narrative that the suspect was MAGA and motivated by far-right ideology. Watch this.
The shooter was right-wing. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's not really hard to figure out. In fact, he was very, very right-wing.
He had at least some association or affinity or fascination or interest.
I don't care what side he belonged to. He could have belonged to the giraffe side. He's still a killer. I don't give a damn about no Tyler Robinson. I don't give a damn about the situation at all because I didn't know none of them. Charlie Kirk is another person that gets shot and killed in this country. Ty Robinson is just another shooter in this country. Okay. We still got to keep going on. But right now we're having an issue with the freedom of speech. Don't try to stifle people because they want to speak or want to say whatever. I say your right. I give you the right to say it. Okay. I don't care whether it was Charlie or whether it was a Ty or it was a gay or transgender or one of them transformers. I don't care one way or the other. I will fight for your right to say what you need to say. And we all should be fighting for that right, for the First Amendment right.
In this Groyper group, which would lead you to believe that he's actually not a leftist.
There was an incredible amount of angry discourse from the right, blaming the Democrats, blaming liberals.
Well, I don't mind you blaming the liberals. I don't mind you blaming the Democrats. I don't mind anything. Y'all do know Antifa is not a black organization. Let's hope y'all do know that. Okay?
Saying you're the reason this happened. Only to find out, surprise, 22-year-old white dude, love guns, didn't check it in them boxes y'all thought he would check, did he?
We need to listen to what that boy had to say. Why did he shoot? What was the point in him shooting? What was the point in him having him crashing out over Charlie? I'd be glad. I want to hear that interview. Okay. Antifa is not a black group. Jesus. Y'all don't read.
I mean, at least they are showing us who they are.
It was very clear early on exactly what was going on here. I mean, the early accounts from media outlets, including places like The Guardian and Tablet Magazine, were reporting that friends and family of the shooter said that he had turned very hard to the left. We knew very early on what was etched on those bullets, which included not only gamer language, but a language that was associated.
Yeah, I would love to be able to find out why the hell you decided that you couldn't you couldn't go to the marketplace of ideas and have a conversation with Charlie instead of breaking him off. You did it for no reason, and you're a POS, but there's a reason for what you did. I would love to find out. I can't wait till he starts talking, if he starts to talk.
With apparently trans issues. And of course, it was pretty clear very early on, as early as Saturday, actually, that this person was a gay man who was in a relationship with another.
Antifa is a woke white group. Why every time somebody think of Antifa, they think of black? Because I thought it was a black group until I actually looked it up. It's actually a white group. But it is what it is.
A man who believed he was a woman, and they were both into a phenomenon that can only be described as furriness. And so the idea that this was in any way a right-wing shooter was debunked extraordinarily early on. And yet that line continued to be retailed. Now we see a sort of backup line, which is, well, actually, it was just a personal psychological issue. It had to do with his relationship.
That man, I don't see how y'all stand that man right there. This damn Ben Shapiro. He talk too damn much. He act like he can't get to the damn point. I swear, he just be talking for no reason. Hold on. Here's our senator. I'm going to pull up our Senator Ted Cruz, what he says about censorship. We can't allow it. Like he said, we can't allow censorship like this. We can't allow, hold on. He said we can't allow people to be censored like this. Hold on.
Culture. He said something dumb. I also think, though, that ABC News was looking for a reason to get out for what you just described, which is you don't have anybody watching, the revenue's down, the guy's making $16 million a year. And so this was a perfect opportunity to say, hey, we can get out of this with reason here.
You didn't hear me say anything about BLM at all. Just like KKK ain't radical, BLM ain't radical. Same thing.
Page 6 is even saying they even asked him if he gave some money and made a donation and apologized. And apparently he was saying, I won't do it. That's
you wild, J5. You wild.
what they're reporting tonight as well, is that they're saying, hey, he's like, no, I'm not going to apologize to the Kirk family. So it gave them even an easier ability to get rid of him and can this thing early.
Look, unquestionably, ABC was hemorrhaging money. This was a smart business decision. But
yeah, I never really thought about Antifa. I didn't know that it was a mixed group. I didn't know it was like a left wing woke group. I didn't know. I thought it was all black. No, the KKK ain't in the Democrats, Thomas. Get your literature together. They're on the far right. They're the alt-right. Okay? Alt-right, which means far right. They're not Democrats. Stop it.
also, what Jimmy Kimmel said was reprehensible. And I want you to listen to it. I want you to, if you're watching online, I want you to watch. This is the monologue that got Jimmy Kimmel fired. Give a listen.
We don't need to listen.
Construction podcast, you should go back and listen to it.
Right.
I went on CNN with Caitlin Collins, and she fought me like crazy. We don't know what the motive of this guy is. This murderer, this assassin, was a left-wing radical. He was an Antifa activist. He was a...
But you know, most people think Antifa is a black organization, and it's not. And it's not. KKK. Jim Crow. Jim Crow was like 75 years ago. Jesus, Thomas. Jesus. Please grow up and read. That's 70-some years ago. Please grow up and read.
Transgender activist. He was living with a transgender man transitioning to be a woman. Right. That transgender man was his...
Wait a minute. Was he transitioning? Was Ty transitioning? Or he was going to stay a dude? And maybe he was just gay. Or, I mean, I don't know.
Boyfriend. He wrote on the bullets Antifa and transgender slogans. He hated Charlie Kirk. He admitted all of this. It is unequivocal. This is a hardcore leftist. And I got to say, it is amazing.
And Jeffrey, then that's a women. Who is that? Then Butch, who is it? I forgot. Yeah, Camp Gore. Then they a piece of shit group then.
The vast majority of Democrats today believe Charlie Kirk's murderer was a MAGA Republican because the media is corrupt and they are lying. When I was on CNN with Caitlin Collins, she refused to acknowledge that because CNN...
Well, see, I'm willing to wait for Tyler. I'm willing to wait for Ty to open up his mouth and say why he did what he did. I'm willing to wait for him to say that. I'm not willing to condemn him to anything. Hell, he might have just been shit. I don't know. He lived with Transformer. He just lived with one, and I don't know nothing about it. So I'm just saying, I'm willing to wait for the facts to come out about why he did what he did. Okay, I don't care who did. I don't care whether it was left, right, or center. That boy took somebody's life that he shouldn't have took. Period. Point blank. And blaming the left or the right, that don't mean nothing. It don't bring him back. It don't change nothing. Okay. No, there's still KKK around, Jonathan. Do your homework.
Is lying to their viewers. MSNBC is lying to their viewers. And Jimmy Kimmel stood up with his measly
Yeah, we got far right nut jobs too, Jimmy. Y'all own your shit. I need y'all. I need this crowd. I need y'all to own your shit. When your side fucks up, I need you to own your shit. Stop blaming your shit or any shit or all shit on the lefties. We need you to own your shit too. That's the only way we're going to get the hell out of this mess, is if everybody owns their shit. So coming in here saying radical left when we have a radical right too. I own all of my shit. I owned all of my shit.
1.1 million viewers.
No, it's not legal. Listen. Please go read reports. Stop just talking. Please go read reports. It's not mostly from the left. It's from the right mostly.
And lied to them. They said this murderer was a MAGA Republican. Now, ABC, theoretically, ABC News is a news organization.
You're right.
They should not be in the business of lying to Americans. And Jimmy Kimmel shamelessly lied to them because he has a political agenda. Truth be damned. And I think,
by the way, it's top to bottom, so people understand this. And I'll give you an example. The View on ABC is actually, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, under the news division. Kimmel is under like that in general, I think entertainment, but under their news. If you want to know how much
is he entertaining?
Yeah, right, exactly. But if you want to know how much propaganda machine ABC News is,
I just told you, you don't have to believe me, Jonathan. That's all you got to do is look up the stats. That's all you got to do is look up the stats. Okay? You don't have to believe what I'm saying. I just told you that most of the shootings have come from the right. Most of the shootings have come from the right. The alt-right, regular right, whatever rights you all have over there. You don't have to believe me. Just go look it up. Why don't nobody look stuff up? Why they just say stuff? I looked it up. I looked up 5 reports. 5 reports. 5. And all 5 reports said most of the shootings came from the right. Please look, just go do the stats. I'm not going to argue with y'all about the garbage. 5 different places I looked up. Jesus.
This is just an example. It's a small example, but it's a powerful one. In 2025, The View has had 102 liberal guests on and not one single Republican guest.
But by the way, to be clear, Ben, I've been on The View multiple times. So I've written to date 4 books.
What is this?
For my second book, they had me on. For my third book, they had me on. Now, particularly for the third book, we got into it. It was a hell of a scrape. Whoopi Goldberg and the other cackling hosts of The View insisted.
That was the nicest way it's ever been put, by the way. That was very PC.
Didn't I refrained myself. I got to say, I'm on good behavior because I went through like 9 different nouns and I just went with hosts.
I like it. Well done.
But Whoopi and
you can go to you all can go to a place called Good Fact Media Bias and Fact Checker, All Sides Fact Checker, Ad Fontes, Ad Fontes. Go there and look at the facts. Ground Nukes. Go look at the facts. That's 5 different places I just gave you. All of them say it comes from the right. Just stop spouting facts. Go look it up. I ain't lying to you.
Insisted. She said, violence is only a right-wing phenomenon. I said, well, what about the Antifa and the Black Lives Matter riots all over the country that burned cities across America? And she looked at me befuddled and said, I don't know what an Antifa or Black Lives Matter riot is. You think about the millions of housewives that watch that.
Yes, the riots from Antifa were in the summer of 2020. But since 2020, it's been at least 6 political, whatever you want to call them, shootings, and 4 of them have been from the right. No, Thomas, you need to go look stuff up instead of telling me I'm saying stuff wrong. Man, prove me wrong. Put the link in the chat. And I'm talking about a reputable source. Don't tell me I'm lying. and you can't prove me wrong. You're the one. I keep telling you, you're the wrong that's wrong. It's on you to prove me wrong.
Show that are lied to every single day. It went so badly for them that my fourth book.
No, I went to reputable sources like Pew Research, like those kind of reputable places, and I found the research and I found those. You need to go look those things up yourself. Instead of telling me I'm a lie, go look them up. Just go look them up. Unless you're just afraid to find out. No, those are not liberal sources. Those are your Trump warehouse, your Trump administration sources. What are you talking about?
Unwoke: How to Defeat Cultural Marxism in America, available on Amazon, by the way. When it came out, I reached out and said, "Hey, I'd like to go on The View again," and they said, "No, thank you."
Sure.
Like you
No,
kicked
they
our
didn't
ass.
want you anymore. They're like, no.
We cannot have. We are in the business of lying to our viewers.
Yeah.
And when you come on, you make it really hard to lie to our viewers because you actually bring up facts and substance, and we're just not good.
Yes, I want everybody to be. Now hold on. This is one. Okay, hold on. I'm finna give you another one from Elon Musk, calling for Destiny to be fired. Calling for Destiny to be fired. This should not happen.
You need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed when they go to events so that they look to their leadership to turn down the temperature.
The popular video game streamer known as Destiny has come under fire for inflammatory remarks made about the Charlie Kirk assassination. Destiny, whose real name is Stephen Bonnell II, streams fiery political debates on his website destiny.gg. This week on Piers Morgan Uncensored, he doubled down on his controversial comments.
If it turns out to have been somebody with a leftist ideology who wanted to shut up Charlie Kirk, would you condemn that?
I won't condemn anything until the president of the United States can go on air and say, all of us need to calm down.
So you won't condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk until Donald Trump says something.
Video of the appearance was reposted on X, where it racked up 5.7 million views. X-owner Elon Musk, who worked with President Trump on Doge, chimed in, tweeting, "I don't think this jackass should be banned, but Amazon should stop paying him to incite murder. That's insane." Separately, incitement to murder and domestic terrorism is a felony crime. For that, he should go to prison. He can resume streaming when he has served his term.
I know.
A few hours later, Destiny
the right
fired
is
back
so
with this
delusional.
claim.
That's why
Unreal.
it's scary.
Elon Musk and other conservatives just got me banned from Twitch. My entire income is gone now. So much for the party of free speech. However, critics quickly pointed out that the 36-year-old had already been banned from the streaming platform Twitch multiple times for hateful and incendiary language in 2018, 2020, and 2022 on a variety of hot-button issues that run the political gamut. His X handle is the Omni-Liberal, and he's endorsed several Democrats on the national stage since Trump took office. As the debate over free speech rages on in America, ever the troll, Destiny left his followers with this. "For the first time in my life, I'm genuinely scared for my own health and safety. I've endured a lot online throughout my career, but never anything to this magnitude. After seeing the owner of this platform, several members of Congress, and other prominent media figures attacking me online, I'm worried I'm now at risk for actually developing brain cancer after witnessing how fucking stupid most of these people are. Pray for me."
That's what we have to find out. This is what we deal with.
DL, we thought of you.
I don't want to listen to that one. But my whole point is this. We got free speech, or we're supposed to have free speech. Are you all practicing free speech? Okay. Now, hold on. They were there to disrupt the process, and I get it. I do. People want to ascribe blame to the other side. The other side is always wrong. The other side is never right. We never have, we never have the side to do the right thing. Okay. We never have them doing the right thing. Okay. Freedom of speech. If you're an advocate for freedom of speech, you need to show the same energy on all sides of these issues. on every side of these issues. Okay? You got to defend free speech. Okay, left assassination for speech. Yeah, well, the last one was Charlie Kirk. The one before that was what? Does anybody know the one before that? The assassination or attempted assassination before Charlie's? Does anybody know that one? Does it with black people protect? Does anybody remember though? No. That congresswoman and her husband. The congresswoman and her husband. Remember that one? Okay. Y'all don't remember that one. That one was the right side who did that. Okay. The right side. That was the last political shooting, and that was a murder too. Okay. That congresswoman and her husband. We don't see the selective outrage because she got murdered, and it was by a far right shooter. It was a right shooter. Okay. Trump shooter was a Republican too. No, it's always the left. It's never the right who are radical in any way. It's always the left. You need to clean your house. You need to clean your house. No, they never want to talk about it and that's why I say you wanted your way, but then it's always the left way, but you don't want to talk about the congresswoman. Defending free speech is not just about politics either. It's about humanity and democracy that we have. We have to oppose people who doing cruel things like celebrating people's death. I'm with you. I'm with you all the way. Okay? I'm with you. Yes. No, some say violent on the left. No, Jerry, you post your link. Post your work. Don't be looking it up in conservative sources. Y'all go to Chat GPT. Better still, that's how you can get all of them. Go to Chat GPT. Okay? And say, list the last 10 shootings of political leanings. Don't look up some garbage. Type it in Chat GPT. Chat GPT probably ain't gonna lie to you. Okay. She worked for a company just like Jimmy Kimmel did. Just like Jimmy Kimmel. Okay. Gabby Gifford was shot by the right. That senator and her husband was shot by the right. Nancy Pelosi's husband was targeted by the right. Charlie Kirk, we don't know whether he was right or left. It's leaning left. So don't say your side don't do stuff. Own your shit. You have to own your shit. We own our shit. We're going to own our shit. Own your shit. Okay? Don't come up here spouting about the left when you don't want to own your shit. I haven't heard one person speak about that senator and her husband. Not one person speak about the senator and her husband. Okay? Not one. I ain't even seen it in the chat. No, I'm not spreading negativity at all. I'm saying to you, we all have to stand up for freedom of speech, the right to speak and say what we need to say, no matter who it targets, okay? Free speech only works when it's protected by everybody, okay? It only works when it's protected by everybody, not just those we agree with. You can't just like them because you agree with. Don't get mad because you see people on TikTok doing crazy stuff. Those are people on TikTok. Those ain't regular, ordinary individuals. Those are regular, ordinary individuals. That ain't the libs. Y'all got attitudes about people who on TikTok. Are you serious? It's when the representatives of our country are out here saying crazy and wild stuff that I have a problem. You should have a problem when people You should have a problem when your president gets up here and says, oh, it's amazing that you fired Jimmy Kimmel. It's amazing that people should get fired for this. That. Oh, it's about time that you fired X, Y, and Z. No, we're not trying to get people fired because they say what they want to say. We ain't trying to do that. The congresswoman in Minnesota, Camp Goer, her and her husband were killed in a living room, and they killed the dog. And then people, the MAGA right people in here talking about, no, it's not the right. Yes, it is. Own your shit, right side. Own your shit, MAGA. Own the shit that your side has done. Okay? Don't just tell me the left side, not my side. I'm in the middle. Don't tell me that the left side does what they do, but the right don't do anything. Okay. Yes, he do. When you work, it's okay when you work for a private company, you can say what you want to say, but you're not free from the consequences. When you're on the right, when you work for a public entity, private entity. I'm sorry, but when you work for the government, it's a little bit more stringent in what they can do to you. Freedom of speech. Okay. And Pam Bondi, who is the highest officer in the land, is saying, we're going to start cracking down on people and speech. She should know, if she had a brain cell put together, that you can't do that. Going down that slippery slope will get you sued really bad. Okay? Yes, there's crazy people on the right and the left. I'm just tired of the right saying it's all on the left when it's not. It's on the right too. Not one person in here who is a right winger has said anything about that senator who got killed in her living room with her husband and a dog about 2 or 3 months ago. I think it's 2 or 3 months ago. I ain't sure when it happened, but ain't none of them say nothing about that. Did you hear the president say? The president didn't even say nothing about it. When that senator and her husband got killed in their living room last couple of months, the president didn't say one word about her. Why is that? Not one word to a senator in Minnesota. Not one word about her or her family. And they shot her dog. Yes, this bitch is acting like she cares. And the bitch cares that you called her a bitch. Let me help you the fuck up out of here, okay? Jackass, let me help you the fuck up out of here. No, you be real with yourself. Own your shit. Stop saying left, 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 Jerry. Start to say every side does this stuff. And we need to stop it on both sides. Stop saying left, left, left. Own your shit. I can say, if I was a lefty, I could say my shit is fucked up. They don't have a leader. They don't have a clear direction. They don't know what the fuck is going on. See? You see how I own my shit, my side? Own your shit. Own your side. Own your side. And the shit they do, I can own my side. It's not the same. It's not the same. The people that are celebrating Charlie's death are wrong. And they're pieces of shit. They're wrong. Okay? This environment is extremely polarizing. My plea is this simple. Respect human dignity. Respect people. Accept the responsibility that it comes with the speech. I get it. And fight for the right of all people to say what they want to say. Okay. Y'all hit the like button, the hate button. Y'all hit any button that you like. But please hit the button. That's just like ringing my doorbell and coming into my house and not greeting me. Hold on. Let me pull this shit together. I got to get the phone. I got to put the phone over there, okay? Hold on. I ain't got the phone. I forgot to put it in the chat box. It's got to be put in the chat box in order for you to for us to hear it. Hold on. Let me get it to the chat box so you can call. Hold still. Okay, wait a minute. Let me add it to stage. Okay. Now hold still. I'm putting it together. Here's the phone number. Now you should be able to call. Anybody want to call and have somebody convince me what's going on? The phone lines are open now. Please and thank you. Okay. Thank you, St. Charles. Please like and subscribe. Don't let Jerry back. Leave this Jerry around. Jerry is fine. Me and Jerry, we gonna get along just fine. We just gonna get along just fine. Anybody, the phone number is on the screen. If you want to call, talk, or we can do a panel. I love you, Frick. If you guys want a panel, I got a good time. Okay. I'm serious. Okay. Call, Jerry. If you call in, call up so we can speak. Or anybody who feels like calling. It'd be amazing if you can call. I just set the phone lines up, so we're good to go. Okay. And that was the first thing I forgot to do. I meant to do it, but I didn't. But I got it put together now. Okay. Let me see. Here we go. Put this over here. And then it's over here. Here we go. You guys let me know if you hear this, okay?
To accept.
Jerry?
Hey. Good evening.
Hold on. Let me make sure they can hear you. Can you guys hear Jerry? Just put a yes, no, maybe. Frickle.
Can y'all hear me?
That's my... They're not saying anything. Yes, they can hear you. Okay. Oh, shit. Call back, Jerry. What the hell? I hit the wrong button. I'm so sorry. Hit the right button. Call back. I am so sorry. I swear to God. I hit the wrong button, and I didn't mean to hang up on him. I was talking to him, and I was like, oh, I didn't mean to. Call back, Jerry. Sorry. Okay.
Call from Jerry.
Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hang up on you.
No, you cool. Like I was like, ooh.
All right.
Ooh.
So what do you
have a good topic before we get into the right and left bullshit that we always get into?
Yes.
All right. What about this dude, George Flynn? The dude that after Charlie Kirk shooting, he's the one that said, I did it, I'd do it again.
Oh, that older man, the old man.
Yeah. And then they let him go, right? They let him go, right?
Because he was off. They figured he was off.
Yeah, and then they rearrested him. And you know what they found?
What?
20 CP photos in his phone. He got rearrested.
For what?
Yeah, child porn in his phone. 20 images.
Oh, he ass out.
Yeah, no, I guess he called over 9/11. He was doing the same type of shit. Like, he's one of these people who are like really bad actors. But he's a chomo actor.
Oh, so he's one of those people that grabbed the spotlight. He liked to grab the spotlight, and then he grabbed the spotlight, and then they arrested it. Oh, he a weirdo. Okay, he one of those.
And then his last spotlight, he tried to grab. He got child porn images in his phone.
How do you keep that in your phone and you give it to the police? That's just dumb.
Because they all do that shit. I'm trying to say, let's make wood chippers great again. Why can't we put them all in wood chippers, feet first, on slow motion?
That's the same thing that happened to that couple that was messing with dogs and cats. They had
I heard about them too.
Right. They had it in
And what about all the fucking teachers? all the fucking female teachers who are molesting little boys.
Yes.
There's been like 5 cases in the last year.
Yes. Yeah, but see, here's the thing. They don't have no medical facilities to put these people in medical facilities, so all of them are running the streets.
It's just like, can you fix your chomo? Because they got the highest rate of redoing it.
What?
Yeah, most pedophiles, if you give them bond, let them out, they repeat themselves. Like, I don't think there's no cure for that type of mental illness. Like, if you're going for children, like I don't think there's no cure for it.
Michael said, "Dumb people think smart people are weird." You wild. That's crazy. Deport them to North America. What is they talking about? Deport who to North Korea? What?
All the chomos. I agree. Take them in North Korea.
Put them on an island, do something. You never know. Answer, do you think Ashley Bobbitt deserved to be shot and killed? Ashley Bobbitt. Is she the lady who was
Ashley Bobbitt.
She was at the January 6th door? Is that her?
Oh, might be. I'm not sure. I can't. I know some lady got shot and killed.
Yeah. Jerry, you can't say the P word. You got to say PDF file.
Oh.
You can't say pedo or you say pedo, but you can't say the whole word. You got to say PDF. It's called PDF.
Well, what about chomo?
No, you can't say that either.
Oh shit!
Because they will ban you on here for real. They will ban you on here.
See, that's crazy to me. Why?
I don't know. I mean, it just depends. It depends on, if they get a hold of that you go to different chats and you say different things. Oh yeah, they will take you out of there.
It's just like, why do they deserve protection? I don't get it.
No, yeah, but see, that's the whole thing. That it's a protected thing, right?
Oh, that's why Trump in there, right?
Yeah, it's a protected thing, and then they gonna put you out the pasture if they. I mean, look, some of them people are protected, just like people with the little hat. Just like you can't criticize the people with the little hat, you can't criticize them.
That's why y'all say little hat. I get it now.
Okay. Because yeah,
but damn, that's her culture though. Like that's to me, that's not racist. Like, I don't understand.
No, I mean it's not. But we still can't say. They will instantly. If I was to say, if they got a wind of anything like that, they would just shut it down. It just
wow.
Down. Yep. That's how a lot of platforms be down. Wait a minute.
My thing is
talking about the girl from January 6th. That's who it is. The Ashley Babbitt from January 6th. She's the girl who got shot.
I mean, all right, this is some my far right. Let's be honest, y'all. He was doing some January 6th riots coming through a window at a White House. A security guard just popped the shot. Guess what? There was a bunch of y'all. We took a casualty. But you can't say that, oh, it was wrong. I mean, you don't storm the fucking Capitol, right?
Apparently he was so afraid of this woman coming through the window. He was so afraid of her coming through the window. I don't know why he was so afraid, but he was
because they storming the Capitol.
Yeah, but I would have had to. Why they didn't have no? Wait a minute. Why didn't they have any kind of barriers for the doors, like jail doors? You know what I'm saying? That would slide across and lock. You know what I'm saying?
And if you think about it, it's a fucking Capitol. Why was it way more
secure,
protected than what it was?
Right. But then again,
unless that shit was orchestrated, y'all.
Yeah, but they didn't expect so many people to, show up. They didn't expect that many people to show up. I mean, if you only expect 100 people to show up and then 1,000 show up, you overwhelmed because you only got like 10 people. How 10 people gonna keep 1,000 people out? I don't know the numbers of January 6th. I don't know none of the numbers.
I know there's a bunch of them.
But I know it was a whole bunch, and I know that they were overwhelmed with these young people, or these people who hit the door. And they were afraid. They didn't know what was going on. It was a whole big slew of them. And
kind of, if you think about it, why wasn't you take a shot at the white girl? What about the fucking 30-year-old white male that can do more damage than the white girl?
Because she was the only one that was coming through the door. They
were all coming through the fucking door.
No, she was the one climbing through the window. She was climbing through the window. She was the only one climbing through the window. That's what got her. That's what happened to her. That's why she was the only one that was right there. And they were like, uh-oh, we got to do what we got to do. And that's what happened.
In my opinion, fucking play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Well, yeah, I mean, I understand that this is an issue with her. I understand completely. I'm just saying, why didn't they have, as soon as they saw all those people coming across the street, why didn't they call all the off-duty officers? Why didn't they call the regular police? Why didn't they call somebody to get everybody in line? No, y'all can't come up these steps. No, we finna shut this shit down before you start.
Let them get all the way to a window.
Right. And then you let them get all the way to the door. Why y'all don't have steel bars? You know how a jail cell close, they got steel bars and the jail cell closes like that? The door in the jail cell? Why they didn't have those over the door of the Capitol? You know, that would slide across in the Capitol and then they would lock inside from inside. Because if you break the regular door, you would only hit the jail cell door and they couldn't have got any further. Why didn't they have those things?
Well, see, I can kind of see why they don't do that, because it's supposed to be a free country. It's supposed to be like, we don't want to look like we're like jail bar, lock up our capital, because it don't make us look very free, does it?
No, yeah, but still, now hindsight, okay? Hindsight.
But then my thing is too is like, all right, I want to go back to this.
Right.
I can't use the P word. We gotta call things little hats. We gotta like. Is the internet censoring our speech, y'all? Is the internet censoring our fucking speech? Are we losing our First Amendment due to the internet?
They're looking at it really bad now. They're looking at it really terrible. Now that Destiny did what he did, which was bonehead. They sent there's a message out. Don't do anything where you're gonna get censored or that you're gonna get.
That's what I'm saying. So like, what happened to free speech?
Because this is a private company. They can fire you here.
So is it going to like back to the zeitgeist thing, back to like the Rothschilds and all them run things, and now they're just taking away our amendments slowly right in front of our faces, and we're all arguing about dumb shit as they slowly fucking shut the door on us?
Yes.
Is that what's going on? Because I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. The internet was supposed to be a safe place.
Yes.
To voice yourself. And
that's
now
what
all of
I'm
a sudden
saying.
they're locking down TV shows. They're locking down our speech. I can't call a chomo a chomo.
Right.
I'm like, this is looking kind of crazy. It's looking like a jail society. It's looking
that's
like.
Why I'm saying to you all, we got to push back against this censoring people. I know we don't like the people dancing on Charlie's grave. I know we don't like it. I know it's a whole thing, but we got to push back because the walls are starting to close in.
No, you're left middle, I'm right middle, and I agree. I hate the people who are voicing about Charlie's death and being like, oh, ha, 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 ha. I get it. But at the same time, that's the freedom.
Right. And we can't allow them to say because see, Ted Cruz, the senator, he said, if we start censoring what the left says, when the left is in power, the left is going to start censoring what we said. And then all of a sudden, we don't have no.
Everybody censored.
So we can't do that. We got to let them say what they want to say. And if they employed by somebody and that employer gets a wind of what you say, that employer can fire you.
And that's the tricky part is private companies.
Right.
That's tricky.
This right here is a private company. So they
I know. They're all private companies doing it.
Right.
It's kind of tricky now.
Right.
Like now it's really tricky because now private companies will have to follow the Constitution. And it's like, I don't get that. Like, what do you mean? Constitution's for all Americans. It should go for, I mean, I know separate church and state, but private companies, that was never in there.
I mean, it's like, it's scary because if we don't push back on this, we just got to respect the dead. We're going to respect Charlie. We're going to respect, he had his right to say what he needed to say. This is a part of a healthy dynamic, a healthy democracy when people can express how they feel. I might not like it and your employer might not like it, but you have a right to say it. Don't get mad at somebody for saying it. Just get them people, call the employer and say, this is what happened and X, Y, and Z. But I wouldn't start doing that, because then we got a whole cancel culture for real. You remember years ago when everybody was telling on the men, oh, he touched me.
The Me Too movement.
Yeah, that Me Too movement. We don't want that to come back now, do we?
No.
That was where we was arguing about free speech.
We're doing it right now. It's kind of crazy. It's like, why do private entities? And I know I watched that guy's got this proven religiously, but the other two chapters didn't. And I'm like, why? It's kind of like they're doing exactly what that video said.
Right.
Internet was first. Lock it down. When me and you are no longer to talk and give our views no more, we know we lost.
Mm-hmm. Right. And I'm glad we got this healthy dialogue. We can have a conversation. You can be on the right, I can be on the left. I'm not a libertard. I'm just a normal person who is afraid and wants to live in our country. And I just want us to be, y'all already know my priority. Old people, disabled, handicapped. Those are my priority. Rest of y'all can kick rocks. Okay. My priorities is the handicapped, the old, and the disabled. In that order. Okay. And freedom of speech is a part of what I want to preserve, because this is a part of our Constitution. It's our First Amendment. We can't let them take the First Amendment. Just like you said the other day, you said you don't want nobody taking away your Second Amendment, right?
Yep.
Okay.
You can't.
So
don't do it.
So I don't want nobody taking away my First Amendment. I don't want people putting no hesitation or no blocks on freedom of speech. I get that there's hate speech. I get that. But the people have a right to say it. We cannot start banning that. We cannot start. Y'all don't want the people on the right. Y'all don't want nobody to ban the Second Amendment. We don't want people trying to ban the First Amendment.
And the right don't want the First Amendment banned either. I'm gonna jump off the line because I want to know what the chat thinks. Like, y'all, are we being censored through the internet? Is the internet the first tool they're using to ban the First Amendment?
I hope not, because I enjoy going through the internet and seeing different ideas, seeing people express things differently, seeing people be able to do whatever they want to do. I enjoy going through the internet, saying whatever I want to see. I understand that there should be limits on it, but I still enjoy going to see creative people here, there,
and y'all know they're talking about banning TikTok too, right?
Yeah, I know that. That's what I'm saying. We have to fight this First Amendment. We need to fight. You need to protest. We need to be talking about it. Do not shut people down. Do not stop people from talking about X, Y, and Z. We're not going to talk about kids. We're not going to talk about X, Y, and Z, but everything else we should be able to talk about in a reasonable manner. That's all I'm saying.
So I'm opening up the lines. I want to know if anybody's going to back this conversation up.
Okay.
TY Pro, I love you, prick. Later, y'all.
You stop it. Bye, Jerome. Bye. Okay. Yo, wild. Okay. So this is where we at. We agree. So we all agree that we all agree that people have a right to say what they need to say, what they want to say. But if you're if you are dealing with a private employer, they might shut you down. Okay. They might shut you down. I got this commentary about Destiny. Okay. Destiny, a prominent political streamer and commentator, has faced multiple platform bans and demonetizations, significantly impacting his online presence and income. I would be amazed if he's not a millionaire by now. So Destiny is going to be all right. Okay. If Destiny did the investments like he said he was doing, Destiny going to be all right. Okay. So we ain't going to worry about no damn Destiny. Okay. In September, Destiny revealed that his YouTube channel had been demonetized. So it's been demonetized and he anticipated a permanent ban. I don't know whether I don't think he's been permanently banned. I think he's just been demonetized. And he may be able to get his channel back undemonetized. Okay. I ain't sure. I'm not sure how that works. He expressed frustration over the lack of specific reasons provided by YouTube, stating, I feel like my YouTube is going to be permanently banned soon because I got like broad demonetization yesterday. So they didn't say what video got him banned. They didn't say anything about that, so he don't know. He also drew a parallel to the cancellation of Jimmy Kimmel, suggesting that if such actions could happen to a late night host, they definitely could happen to him. In 2022, Destiny was permanently banned from Twitch due to hateful conduct. He later disclosed that this ban was likely a result of comments he made about the transgender community during a live stream. In October 2024, he shared an 18-second clip from that broadcast where he referenced members of the trans community. I'm not going to say exactly what he said. In July 2024, Destiny was also banned from Kick, a streaming platform, following controversial remarks he made about a tragic incident involving a firefighter in a Pennsylvania rally. Damn, Destiny. Okay. Additionally, Destiny's monetization on X, formerly known as Twitch or Twitter, was paused after he posted content that was considered inappropriate by platform standards. This action was reportedly influenced by Elon Musk, who had previously criticized Destiny's statements and called for legal consequences. Let him say what he wants, but then also pay the price under the law, which is how it is. These series of events have led to a significant loss of income for Destiny, but Destiny is a millionaire times over. He should be, from all of the streaming that he does, from all of the money that he made from, because they make decent money from the platforms here if they work the platforms enough. Okay, so he's been working the platform for years, so he should be a millionaire. Destiny is going to be all right if he got investments. He says, my entire income is gone now for so much for the party of free speech. You get to say what you want, but this is a private employer, and a private employer can fire you. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying he can be banned. And demonetizations across multiple platforms is a challenge for a lot of creators. I don't know nothing about it. I'm just getting started. I don't want to be demonetized. I haven't done anything I think I would be demonetized for. Destiny is a whole nother level for me, and I ain't nowhere near his level. So his controversial statements sparked debate about the limits of free speech and talking online. We can't allow the government to come in and try to tell us what we can and cannot say. We cannot allow them to do that. Otherwise, we're going to lose our right. You can't. Everybody wants a certain amendment to stay. You want the amendment to stay where it's at. Amendment, First Amendment, Second Amendment. We don't want those amendments to be altered in any way. So we have to fight back when people want to change those. Okay, Ty, you said you was calling. Are you calling? Okay. That's why the last free speech would be with our voices. Yeah, it has nothing to do with the internet has nothing to do with the Constitution. But I heard over there on that Twitter, on that TikTok thing, that they get, I don't know whether they get banned, but they get their video get taken down or something to that effect. I ain't sure how that works over there. I'm not sure how that works. Okay. So I'm saying there's things that happen and over there in that TikTok thing. And TikTok is being taken down. It's supposed to be taken down. I don't know when, but I was under the impression it was supposed to be gone in January. Apparently it ain't going nowhere. Okay. But I don't know how that works. Was it shut down because of freedom of speech? Was it, why was it shut down? You guys supposed to be hitting the like button. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, please and thank you. Hit the like button or the hate button, whatever button you like, but please hit the button. Okay? We're having the conversations about freedom of speech over here. Okay? I know they hit the like button. Why y'all guarding the like button? Y'all come into the house and then don't know how to hit the like button. It ain't like I'm asking y'all for super chat. Oh shit. I forgot about the super chat. Hold on. Let's answer the phone. Here we go.
From
Pro to go.
to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello, Ty. What's happening? What do you have on the subject, sir?
HQ, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm doing good. I'm good. How's
you
it
having
we're having a great conversation, and I do agree with you. You know, freedom of speech is definitely under attack, but
Yes.
I think that it's only under attack right now because
Ooh,
it's their guy.
you sound terrible. What's going on? It's like you standing
I'm,
behind
I'm,
a.
at, I'm at a truck stop getting fuel. Let me call you back once I fuel up.
Okay. Call me back. Okay. Yeah, he was being a prick. But I'm saying we that's something that we definitely got to fight back on, y'all. We definitely got to fight back. I want us to definitely fight back. And we need to call it out every time we see it. Why would you want to censor people? I mean, if we all thought the same, we would be doing the same. We would all be the same. We are all not the same. We are all individual people. We all have individual thought, individual processes, individual ways in which we express ourselves. I don't feel good. I don't feel good with people censoring what I say and how I say it, or other people for that matter. Because the TikTok people, I hear all the time, the TikTok people get broke off. You know, they be trying to break the TikTok people off. Is that true? For the things that they say. Okay. For the things that they say. Is that the way it's supposed to be? I don't think it's the way it's supposed to be. That's why I want people to be conscious of these doggone them saying we can't say X, Y, and Z. Them saying we can't do X, Y, and Z. Them saying X, Y, and Z. Okay. I want people to be conscious of this. Okay. Hold on. We have a phone call.
Call from.
Jack Daniel.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Jack.
How do you make an egg roll?
I don't know.
You.
I don't know, Jack. But something was coming and I didn't like it. Now, if you want to have a conversation, I wouldn't hang up on you. But I'm not for the script. I'm not for the bad words or the crazy words or the we not doing none of that. Either you're going to be an honest broker or you're not. And I get it. If it was funny, it was going to be funny. You should have told me it was going to be funny. But I'm not going to hold no room for somebody that might say something crazy. Okay? I ain't holding no room for somebody who's going to say something crazy. Okay? So, no. Love you. Thank you, Jack Daniels. Sorry, Jack Daniels. Okay? So, my whole thing is a big egg roll for Ty. Got it. I don't know what he was finna say. I don't know. But I wasn't trying to find out. I wasn't trying to know. Because I don't know. Because I wanted to speak some about the free speech. Are we doing the right thing? Can we continue to do the right thing? Ty Pro is at a truck stop, but that's okay. You can be at the truck stop and do what you got to do. But it would be nice if somebody else rung the phone and did what they had to do by ringing the phone. Okay. But that's okay. It's 11:30. I bet he was Ty Pro. Ty Pro, you can't get on the chat and say what you can say no, you can't if I give you the link, can you come up? Can you do that? Okay. If you can come up, that would be okay. If you want to come up. Okay? Instead of oh, okay.
Call from.
Ross Burgess.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Are you that actor? Huh?
Where does a polar bear put his money? A snow.
What the hell is going on? Why y'all trolling me on a Saturday night? We all been. Why are you trolling me on Saturday night? What's going on? Okay. Come on the panel, Ty Pro. Y'all come on the panel. We can do the panel. We can do the panel really quick. Because unfortunately for y'all, I got a house I gotta fix in the morning. I gotta fix. Yes, it's Friday. Yes, I get it. I do. But y'all seem to forget I'm old as hell. Okay. If I'm old as hell, then that means I'm tired earlier than y'all. Okay. Quicker than y'all. But it is what it is. Because they don't have bitches to troll. Shut up, Jerry. You shut up. You cannot. Hey, I recognize them funny names, but I wasn't trying to hang up on nobody, I ain't trying to be rude or nothing. Watch this.
From
Troy Smith.
to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Troy Smith. Troy Smith.
What do lawyers wear to court? Lawsuit.
Jesus. Ty Pro, hello. Ty. Uh-oh. Y'all see this shit? What's okay?
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Okay, you in there. Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna try to come up, but I'm in the mountains of Tennessee and my service ain't the best.
Okay.
But yeah, they trolling you, HQ, because they love you,
How you trying to tell a joke? I don't know. I didn't know what you doing. Shoot, I was afraid you gonna say something crazy. I don't know what you were doing. What do you have on the subject, Ty? What do you have on the subject?
At least they ain't try to show you no little tiny pink pickle. You know what I'm saying?
I done had those a couple times too. So, hey.
But no, I would say yes. I agree that free speech is definitely under attack right now.
Yes.
But I think that it's very hypocritical because these things that they're calling out has been going on. And I don't understand why. Well, I do understand now that it's their guy, their talking head, because the way they silencing people for speaking on somebody who said the most egregious stuff about everybody.
Okay.
That's like a conundrum, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
People, and I don't think people should mock nobody's death, but a lot of people are only doing it because of how much death they've been mocking on that side.
Right. See, I don't even pay attention, so I don't even know what the hell those people are doing on the other side.
You watch Piers Morgan?
No, I don't watch him. I only when something goes viral, I might listen in.
Yeah. You know who the Amazing Lucas is?
Is he that black boy with a baseball hat?
Yeah, with the American flag on it and the beard.
Yeah, I just discovered him maybe about a week or two ago. Yeah.
But he makes good FBA, good black videos, and he was on Piers Morgan.
Okay.
Because he was posting memes about Charlie Kirk, and he was saying the only reason he's doing it is because he's had to endure the George Floyd memes, the George Floyd is finally 5 years sober memes, do the Trayvon Martin challenge memes where people are putting on a hoodie and laying on the floor, white men, grown white people, putting on a hoodie, laying on the floor with a bag of Skittles, laying on the ground with a bag of Skittles and a pop. And there was never any outrage about this. There was never anybody being fired,
Right.
You remember that white lady that called the little black autistic child the hard ER?
Right.
She got $1 million.
What?
She got $1 million in her GoFundMe.
Oh
Calling a
yeah, the
little,
girl, the GoFundMe girl. Okay, yeah.
yeah, calling little autistic kids. So my thing is, you can't pick and choose when you're going to police freedom of speech.
That's
It's
that's the
very.
whole point. That's the point right there. You can't choose.
Mhm.
You may not like it, but you can't choose it. Now, when people were mocking, the George Floyd, I said that. I said when people were mocking George Floyd and Trayvon Martin, did nobody get canceled then? So they shouldn't be getting canceled now. I completely agree because it's freedom of speech. It is what it is. I give you the right to say it. I give you the right to say it. You can say it, but the consequences that come behind it, make sure you want to stand behind those consequences. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. And you guys are talking about the January 6th thing. I
Right.
did want to add to that conversation.
Okay.
It was a lot of people defending the people who, I call it an act of terrorism because you were literally going against what the American voting system is set forth. You're literally it was on paper that was an act of terrorism.
Right.
But you see how many conspiracies that they had to contrive about it. All those people were let in. All those people were peaceful protesting. Oh, they were doing this. But whenever the Black Lives Matter movement was going on, we was a bunch of animals that was just burning down cities. Even though it's proven that people who had nothing to do with those protests were doing all the vandalism and the looting. There was a lot going on. I was outside. I was living in Chicago doing a lot of that.
Right.
It was so much going on. There was so many outside entities that had nothing to do with protesting the deaths of George Floyd or the other brother, I forget name.
Right.
It had nothing to do with that. They just wanted to take advantage of the city being in turmoil. They had National Guard, had all these type of entities in place when we protest, but you get one black guy with a gun trying to defend the Capitol. And then they handed out pardons to all of those people
I
that
know.
were literally committing acts of treason. So it made me think about something. People still fly the Confederate flag, HQ.
Yeah. And they have the right to fly that Confederate flag. They have a right to do that.
But we policing speech and we're policing. Oh, you're talking about the dead.
I
But
know.
what does the Confederate flag represent?
I know. We are in strange times. Listen to this. Freedom of speech is not freedom from consequences. If freedom from the government, it is freedom from the government prosecuting you, but not regular employers. And whoever would overthrow the liberty of a nation must begin by subduing the freeness of speech, meaning they have to quiet the dissenters, the detractors first. Once they quail or stop the detractors and the dissenters from speaking how they want to speak, then they can overthrow the government to run the way they want it to. That's what that means. Whoever would overthrow the liberty of a nation must begin by subduing the freeness of speech. And that's the whole point of what we need to stop.
See, right now it seems like we are heavily under a dictatorship, and I hate to admit it because me and you sat on this platform, and I argued you against that a few times. But a lot has happened in the last couple of months.
Right.
And when you combine someone who's putting his foot down on what he is going to allow to be said on airwaves and online, when you're weaponizing your fan base and then you're making a part of the American people out to be the enemy.
Right.
You know what I mean? He said the left. I keep hearing the left are the enemy. Then you keep hearing people saying, you know, white man fight back, fight who back? And then you keep hearing people call for civil war against people that don't have anything to do with Charlie Kirk, you know, being murdered. And then you add all of that with National Guard running into different cities to police the cities, which really sounds like martial law.
It is martial law. That's why we don't allow that either. And I understand people's they want to have control of their city and they're tired of the crime and all that. I get it. But the minute you start letting the militia run your city, you're going to see people on the block. You're going to see the militia on the corner of every city. And then we're going to have hell to pay because we're going to be under siege.
You know what I see coming next? Because it'll look, you know, America's a corporation. So I don't really see Trump unleashing the army and the National Guard on citizens. Because this would be a bad look as America being a corporation to the rest of the world.
Right.
But when you add everything that's happened in the last 30 days, Charlie Kirk's assassination, the freedom of speech being subjected, because it's not even like all freedom of speech is being targeted. It's if you say something we don't like.
Right.
We are the clear authoritarians of what we want to hear.
Right.
And if you're saying something that we over here don't want to hear, there will be repercussions. But you can say whatever you want about anybody else. So when you add that to the straight, so now Trump is basically saying this force is needed to deal with these people.
Right.
And then you couple that with all of these talking points of these people are so violent, these people are this, whether it's black or the left, these people are violent, these people are animals, they don't know how to maintain themselves, they leeches on the American system. What I really see is a bunch of these radioactive radical people who's been, because you were right, 90% of the mass shootings have been people from that group. That's just statistics. You can look that up on, they keep talking about liberal media. Find whatever outlet you want, you can find those statistics. You could even do, all you got to do is just Google those people's names and Google about them. You don't even got to ask a direct question. You can just start looking. You can take your time and just look through all the shooters, look at their parents. You can Google their parents. That's not going to, nobody's messing with that. But when you add all of that together, I see a bunch of people getting Confederate flags and getting guns and taking shit in their own hands. Because cooler heads won't prevail. They won't allow cooler heads. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear calm down. They just so hate-fueled and they so antagonized and they feel so victimized and oppressed.
Right.
And that's the most dangerous group of people is people that feel victimized and oppressed.
Right. When you backed into a corner, when you feel like you're backed into a corner, you gonna come out swinging dangerously. TJ just came up here. What happened, TJ?
Hey, you.
Let me finish with Ty Pro. Ty Pro.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop down so I can hear TJ. That's my dog.
Oh, okay.
What I'm just gonna end it on this. I'm gonna land my plane here. You guys that are feeling victimized, you guys that are feeling oppressed, you guys that feel like you need to go chant "White man fight back." The call is coming from the house. The people that you are putting your trust in, you putting your love in, are filling you with propaganda of hate to hate everybody else outside the group. The right has historically housed most every hate group in America's history have been right-wing people. And you could go from neo-Nazis to the Ku Klux Klan to the alt-right to whoever, whatever you want to name. When you go to prison, those people that got Nazi signs on their head, they're not liberals. Those aren't Democrats in there. Those white supremacists, them gangs, those aren't, none of that ideology comes from that. So maybe just check yourself, look at who you're dealing with, look at who you're trusting, because you're going to look up and you're going to see that you've been used. Charlie Kirk was used for evil. if he was intelligent, because he didn't go to college, but he did criticize black women who went to college for some reason, but he didn't go to college.
Right.
When you look at him, that man was either dumb and being a puppet, or he was evil and he was ignoring statistics. Do not be a victim. You're being victimized. You're feeling oppressed and victimized by the wrong people. The people that you are looking up to are the people that's victimizing you. People that you're looking up to is the people that's oppressing you. You need to pull your head out your ass. Love you, HQ. Drop it down.
Hold on. Okay. Don't call yet. Don't call yet. Don't. Got to talk to the panelists. Talk to the. TJ, are you busy? You hold on.
I can hold on.
Okay.
Call from
Gary.
Okay. Hey, Jerry. Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Man, I wish I knew how to do a panel because I would love to jump up in there.
No, what you have to do is you have to type in the word StreamYard.com on your mobile phone. You have to type them in, and then you come in as a visitor. It'll tell you either visitor or.
Do I type it in the chat?
No, you type it in. You type it into when it opens up the app. When the app go to the app store and say you want to get in as just a creator. As a wait a minute, hold on. Do what now?
HQ, all you can do is put the link in the chat, and all you got to do is click on the link in the chat.
No, he can't click the link in the chat.
Oh, because it won't let you click the link in the chat via your phone because of on the mobile side, because of the way you got it set up, HQ, like you're streaming vertical, whatever. However, if he what he can do is go to his tablet, open up the stream, pull the link out, and email it to himself, and because that's what I have to do.
Oh, okay. He said, "Wait a minute. Tell me one time and tell me one thing at a time." So what he has to do is you need to go to your a regular link or tablet or what?
A regular tablet, regular computer.
Regular tablet, regular computer.
Yep, come onto HQ's live stream.
See, that's where we're gonna lose it.
Well, because you only got your phone.
Yep.
Yeah, so on his phone, it's like a 3-step process to get it from the phone because he has to get the link.
Tell me the first step. What does he do?
The first step on the from the phone. Well, he can actually. You can drop the link in the chat, and then he can actually write it down, like the entire link name.
He said, "Write the link down that's in the chat."
It's in the chat.
Write the link down that I am dropping. Okay.
And then type it into his web browser, and it'll bring him right up to the panel.
Type it into the web browser. Type it into your web browser. Try that first, and then you'll be able to come on the panel.
All right, I'm gonna try that.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's a whole thing when you're streaming vertical like this. You can change that in StreamYard if you want to, but that's another conversation. Ty Pro says something, HQ, that I'm not really disagreeing with like what he's saying, but he said something that a lot of people say as a throwaway.
Okay.
And we got to be careful about doing this. He said, "I don't think Trump will." The problem with a lot of us is underestimating. The moment you go, "I don't think he will do blank. I don't think they will do," you're setting yourself up to be bamboozled and not to be prepared. When you got a personality like a Trump, regardless if it's in a political sense, in your private life, or in your employment side, whatever side it is, relationship you got with somebody, if they're set up like Trump, the last thing you need to do for yourself is to convince yourself that there's something that they won't do. That's how you are going to get got or have your defenses down, because you're going, "Oh, they won't go that far." Yes, the hell they will. Because if you look at the evidence of where things are going, how far extreme this country has moved since the Obama presidency, it's deliberate.
Right.
It's absolutely deliberate. A lot of this extremist on that right side is a continuation of the backlash of Obama getting elected president.
Right.
Even though he's not a full black, he looks like a black man.
Right. Right.
You understand? I'm not talking about Obama's politics. I'm not talking about, his LGBTQ stand. I'm talking about the actual visualization of Barack Obama and Michelle Obama in that White House. That is the original sin to this alt-right, extreme right, is the fact that seat got stained in their eyesight. It got stained. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
By that black man in the office. Even though if you look at his actual policies, they actually helped the people who quote unquote vote on the right way more than it did that people vote for him. Just look at when he took over his first term, he took over this damn housing crisis.
Right. Right.
60%. I think it's like 60 or 65% of homeowners in the United States of America are white. They're not us. They're white. Right. Barack Obama came in, and on day one, he issued an executive order banning the eviction and foreclosing on these middle class families.
Right.
And then the second executive order was ordering the banks to rework the loans so these people either could stay in their homes or come back to their homes. Right. Oh, Barack Obama, when he came into office, he specifically targeted to help the very people who hate him.
Okay.
I don't, in back then, HQ, black folk and people that are consider themselves quote unquote liberal, them people convinced themselves because Obama saved rural America, middle class white American males, that they will be grateful to that president and to that party. And they very quickly showed you they gave you their ass to kiss.
Okay.
What did Barack Obama do after he saved these people's homes, after he saved the auto industry, after he did all of it, which I think he should have let Chrysler and I think he should let them all go bankrupt, because if we got to go bankrupt if we mismanaged our funds.
Right.
So, but he saved white middle class America. That's who Barack Obama saved. And what happened the moment Trayvon Martin got killed and Barack Obama came out and said that boy could have been my son? What did they do?
I don't remember back then. What exactly? What, danced on his grave, or?
They told Barack Obama that he was inflaming racial hatred in the country, and they turned on him.
Oh, you made it up here. No, keep your what the hell is it called? Keep your thing on. Your what the hell is this called? Where you can't see each other. Damn, what the hell is that called?
The camera?
Keep your camera off. Turn your camera off.
Yeah.
We don't have I don't have live people up here because it's goofy stuff that go on. So you made it. Jerry, you made it.
So a lot of times.
Oh my God, thank you, brother.
Right, no problem. So what we're seeing right now, HQ, is the long-term plan of these kind of people, quote unquote, taking back their country.
Right.
Donald Trump's election, Barack Obama's election, was a rebellion against what the Bush administration did. Trump's election was a rebellion against Barack Obama. Right. And not that Barack Obama did anything wrong to white middle class people. He didn't.
Right. Right.
They didn't like the visualization, and they did not like the fact that Barack Obama said that that some teenage boy in Florida shouldn't have been gunned down by some rogue vigilante in his neighborhood. When you think about it like that, so they elected a man as in Donald Trump who has emperor type tendencies, and he wants to be an emperor. He wants to be Julius Caesar. He wants to be Napoleon.
Oh, okay.
And then Donald Trump is talking to a base who believes that all of their problems are because of people who look like me and you.
Okay.
And they're okay with it. You know what I mean? And so when I hear people talk about what Donald Trump won't do, he not going to do this, you're setting yourself up for failure. When somebody is drunk and thrive on power, there is nothing they won't do because power is everything.
Okay.
Power, yeah.
I'm right now we're running into a crisis where freedom of speech is, we may have an issue with the freedom of speech, because I see a lot of people don't know that the Trump administration has went to court to try to abolish the 14th Amendment.
Yes.
To abolish
the 14th
babies.
Tell them what the 14th Amendment is, HQ.
The 14th Amendment is related to you birthright citizenship, right?
Birthright citizenship.
Yeah. So the people, if he amends that, or the Supreme Court amends that, that means people who were born as anchor babies and people, I think their parents, I'm not really sure how far they would try to go back.
No. Here's the problem.
Hear me?
Hold on, let me explain it real quick.
We can hear you. Hold on, Jerry. We can hear you. You real muffled though. You real muffled.
Hold on, let me explain the birthright thing real quick in real layman terms, okay?
Okay.
They're angry. Here's why they want to abolish it. They're angry because if you are born in America, it doesn't matter if your parents are illegals. If you are born in America, then you got every right. You got all full rights as citizenship.
Called anchor baby.
You can whatever. I don't care what you want to call them. I'm just telling you why they want to abolish it. They want to abolish it because the moment you're born in America, you have the right to ascend to the presidency.
Right.
That's a problem.
Right.
And here's the thing. You need to read that 14th Amendment. Everybody thinks that you have to be born on American soil in order to be considered American. That is not true. Right. All you need to be as an American citizen, you either need to be born in America, born in American territory, or born on American military base.
Okay.
The other part of that is to become a full American citizen, all you need is one parent to be an American citizen, and you are an American citizen. And it doesn't matter where you can be. Your mother could be Kenyan, your dad could be American, you could be born in Japan, you are an American citizen.
And they're gonna try to erase that.
That's why they want to get rid of it, because there are too many paths to becoming American. And so they got people who argue who got one parent who's not a citizen, but the other parent is that child is not an American citizen. Yes, they are. There's no requirement to have two legal. There's no requirement that both your parents got to be citizens and you got to be born on American soil. That's not true. A lot of people do. HQ, one of the things that we suffer from in this country is we don't like to damn read. I don't like to read, but I like to. But if I don't understand something, I go and seek out the full understanding of it.
Right.
The 14th Amendment, abolishing it gets rid of people who are not legal citizens of this country. They have a kid, then their kid is not a legal citizen.
So, do you think that they would try to go back, or they would cut it right off then, or would they try to go back?
The way our legal system is set up, which I'm using that in parentheses, it will be from the time of the new passage. Anything prior won't matter. That you're born into. The way the law works, the precedent is set at the time that the precedent is set. It's from that point moving forward. Which makes why I don't want to go off the rails, which makes retro child support kind of effed up.
I pay a lot of it.
Because that's why a lot of people argue that retro child support is unconstitutional. How can you make me go back and pay for something when we didn't know that person existed? Or that was my legal responsibility. Okay, moving forward, so be it. You know what I mean? Well, I don't want to, kind of get off the path about this. But this whole thing about freedom of speech.
Right.
They don't want to get rid of freedom of speech. They want to be able to punish it. Legally punish it when it's dissension. They when it's a dissenting opinion, they don't want to get rid of freedom of speech. They want to be able to punish the speech that they don't like.
That they don't like. Yeah, but
China, Russia, North Korea. Yeah.
My whole thing is this: when the president was like, "It's a good thing that that Kimmel had you had a problem with Kimmel." They're saying that it wasn't him getting censored by the anybody. It was he wasn't a good employee. His ratings were shitty. That's what they're saying now.
And he cost too much. I said that from the begining.
So he do cost too much.
Yeah.
I said that. I said it from the moment it came out. I said, "Oh, HQ. Who in the hell is watching network TV anymore? Nobody."
You know who really got? Hold
on a second. Hold on a second. Let that breathe. Let that breathe. Who is watching network television?
Right.
Nobody.
What about Alex Jones?
Jimmy Kimmel is. I think he's like somewhere between $30 and $60 million contract on a network that's hemorrhaging money.
Oh, okay.
What the hell?
What about Alex Jones?
They were looking. Alex Jones ain't on network TV.
He's on the internet, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but he was the first to get kicked off the internet.
We're not talking about internet. We're talking about Jimmy Kimmel and network television.
Oh, on the network TV.
Because that's
free
different.
Speech.
Yeah, but that's different. They got rid of Jimmy Kimmel. They've been wanting to get rid of Jimmy Kimmel. They just didn't have a way out of his contract until now.
Okay.
It's political cover for a financial decision that the network wanted to make. And everybody want to walk around here and pretend like it's stupid. All you got to do is, who in the hell is watching network TV when everything is on streaming and all entertainment and news and everything now is coming off of the damn internet?
Right.
That's why Alex Jones is brought up. Because, come on, bro. Like, Alex Jones exposed what the elites were doing.
Yeah, but he was online, though.
Alex Jones got kicked off. Alex Jones got banned from YouTube and all of these platforms because he convinced a whole group of people that them babies that got slaughtered in Sandy Hook was a government conspiracy. Alex Jones did that to himself. This was about free speech. The Trump's own government went after him. Trump's own government went after him because he was talking about the government decided to kill a bunch of little white babies. They couldn't have that.
Yeah, okay.
They couldn't have that.
Yeah.
No, so they ate one of their own on that one. Trust and believe. A group will eat one of its own if that one person is a detriment to the whole. Alex Jones was a detriment to the whole of their
the elites. Like, one thing that we all can agree on, we hate the elites, right? I do not like a Rothschild. I don't like a Rockefeller. I don't like George Soros. And I think a lot of the BLM shit, George Soros, provocateurs. They go in there, create shit, make it happen, and create a algorithm for all of us to talk about. Like, it's a control system. And like Alex Jones was the first to try to expose it, thrown off, sued. And you know what? And them babies in Charlotte, I get it. Yeah, it really did happen. He was wrong on that. But goddamn, he exposed the Bohemian Grove. Like, he exposed.
Wait a minute, I got a question for you. I got a question for you, Jerry. What about? And this is far off. It's a little bit off topic. What are you all doing about the Epstein files?
I told you, make wood chippers great again. I think that all the dinosaurs and everybody in our government, you know, in my opinion, I think they're all pedos. Sorry. I think they're all there. They're all pedos.
So you think we're going to see those files at all, at any point?
Fuck no, because it would expose all of them. It's a control system, good versus evil. It's not right or left. It's not rich or poor. It's good versus evil. I'm also a Bible type of man. Like, any Judeo-Christian country that gives you freedom and does things, they try to shit on it as much as they can because guess what? Guess what? Your Constitution was written on Judeo-Christian principles. No government tells us what to do. God does. We have a right to defend our house because God says so. And before you want to, and I've heard you shit on Christians before, but my thing is like this. Look at your timeline. AD, BC. Everything's due to Judeo-Christian principle, and they want to kill that. Because once they kill that, and everybody's like, we ain't got a God, we have a government, we're all in the control system.
Okay. Ty? TJ, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
TJ?
Yeah, I mean, but this assault on freedom of speech, whatever, has always been, that's been the case over the last, I would say, 15, 20 years, especially when these political conversations have gotten extreme. And let me explain something, why the majority population, which we're talking about middle class, middle-aged rural white men. They're the majority of the country.
Mm-hmm. Right.
They are complaining about something of their own making.
Right.
They're complaining about the stuff of their own making. They're complaining about. Let me tell you something, HQ.
Yeah, the masses will be fooled.
They're complaining about jobs, not a lack of job opportunities, but HQ. During COVID, they took their wives out of the job market.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? How do you get mad about your economic situation when during COVID you took your wife out of the damn job market? And by the way, they're still leaving the job market at a record number of these white women. They're leaving the job market because these white men are telling them to. I'd rather you be at home raising my kids, the Hitler way. And then they're complaining about the fact that their finances are crippling. That's what they're complaining about, inflation and this and these illegals, these black people doing this, DEI this. Well, DEI is kind of diabolical because you don't need
DEI is so fucking racist. It's unreal.
Well, no, DEI ain't got nothing to do with racism. It's about the LBG.
What do you mean? What do you mean? They told Asians Asians had to score higher than anybody else. White people got to score high. Black, anything else, they don't have to score that high, and they're still passing through. DEI is racist as fuck.
DEI is a made-up term that came out about 8 years ago, and it was to include the LBG community in upward mobility. It had nothing to do with nobody else. That's why you see that the majority of the people who are affected by DEI are as the rainbow people and white people, because that's white women. That's who benefits from it, regardless if it was intended to be racist or not. It was
racist. Like they're judging all IQs, and they have no bitches doing that.
I'm looking
because I love fucking Dr. Carlson. He should be our president. What happened to him?
I'm just saying. Well, anyways, let me get back to. So they're complaining about the very conditions that they actually created themselves, and and they're trying to blame the replacements for them. You know what I mean? Corporations. If you got 25-30% of your population lead the damn workforce, you're going to need to replace them. So who they're being replaced by? Mostly black women.
Right.
Mostly illegals, or those what do you call those? The kids now, that the dreamers.
DACA.
The DACA kids. The DACA, because the DACA people are in their 30s now. They're being replaced by the DACAs. They're being replaced by black women, and so they're complaining because they're economically crippled. But you took your woman out the damn workplace, and so they're blaming. So it's just it's for me, and this is my opinion. They're just angry at what they actually decided to do for themselves. But let me tell you something though about that. Getting rid of, weakening affirmative action and getting rid of DEI, what the hell that's going to do? I work in a large ecosystem. Healthcare is a large ecosystem. And I saw a shift in the matrix HQ about 6 or 7 years ago. And you know what that shift was?
What?
I saw the largest profession in healthcare is nursing.
Right.
I saw a shift. I saw a shift in what new every year, every summer, you get new nurses coming into the system. Every summer. About 7 years ago, HQ, I started seeing 5, 10, 15 new male nurses coming in, young white male nurses coming into the system. Now at the hospital I work with, the male to female nursing ratio, you got about 30% of the nursing population is now men, mostly white men.
Right.
Let me tell you something. In the next 2 to 3 years, when they get their clinical experience under their belt, these white men are going to want these positions of
Yo, I have a
power
question,
and
though.
growth. Hold on a second. Let me finish. Want these positions of power and growth and influence. Who is in those positions right now? Middle-aged white women are in positions of power and influence in these hospitals. But now you got a whole population of white men between the ages of 26 and 35 that are entering into the sector who's going to want those jobs. And how do you get them? You get rid of DEI and you weaken affirmative action. In the next 3 to 5 years,
Affirmative action. Yeah.
They're gonna run white women out of healthcare. And let me tell you something, HQ, me working in it, they need to run them out of fucking healthcare. Some of the most evil, wicked, and diabolical people that you would ever know work in healthcare.
Here's my take. Here's my take on this whole shit. DEI racist as fuck, bro. DEI is so fucking racist. Like, an SAT is an SAT. It shouldn't matter your race, how high you have to score. That's where I saw racism at first. Like, damn. Yeah. And then you got affirmative action where certain companies have to hire a certain amount of minorities, which is racist right there. It's private companies being racist, running our fucking government, and fucking doing it the way they want to do. If someone's not qualified and can't hit the SAT, you shouldn't just give it to them because of their fucking skin color. Like, racism is racism.
Yeah, but there's things in place in order for you to make sure that this person is qualified, because DEI actually helped white women. White women were the biggest benefactors.
Explain to me why Asians and Jews have to score higher on the SAT than a white and a black dude. Explain that.
You said Asians and who? I have no
Jews.
idea.
I'm sorry, little hats. I can't.
I have no idea. I don't know how DEI.
I'm telling you, it was racism through corporations a long time ago.
Yeah, but DEI hasn't been in existence for that long. It's only been.
Yes, it has.
It's been affirmative action has been in place longer than that. I think DEI came into existence maybe. How long, TJ? How long do you think? Maybe
about 5-6 years ago. It's let me tell you something. People conflate affirmative action and DEI. They're different. Affirmative action is a federal law.
Right.
DEI is a corporate policy.
Right.
They're different.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. So affirmative action
They're
came
both racist.
born out of the government.
Yes.
And DEI was born out of companies.
Yes, policy.
Okay. Policy.
That's why it was so easy to Trump to go, in the federal government, we're no longer practicing DEI because it's a corporate policy.
Oh,
it's not a law. Affirmative action is a law. It's a federal law. DEI has no weight in law, local, state, or federal. It's just a policy.
So we can agree that affirmative action is racist as shit, right? You got to put the black guy or the Muslim there because to make the company look good, right? Can we agree that that's racist as shit?
But you're coming from the premise that because they're there, they get hired, they're unqualified. The whole point is
they're there because of a race, affirmative action. Like it's racist as shit.
That can't be because white women were the recipients of the DEI. They benefited the most from DEI. The white women benefited the most from DEI. So it can't be a racist policy because they're the
affirmative action.
People need to go read the affirmative action bill. Let me explain something. People need to go read the affirmative action bill because affirmative action, the bill itself, outlines what it is, and it also outlines what it's not. Right. Affirmative action in the law forbids any corporation or any entity from hiring less qualified people.
Right.
It actually states it that no company has to hire, interview, or consider a less qualified applicant. Affirmative action only specifically focused on people who met the qualifications. Right. That's one of the biggest misconceptions. And let me tell you why it got perverted. Because corporations got so angry in the 60s when it happened, they started interpreting it its own way. That's how you got quota systems. Affirmative action speaks to quotas and says it's forbidden under affirmative action. But you had companies out here practicing a quota thing because the reason the quota thing came up is because under affirmative actions, companies got tax breaks from having a diverse work environment. The companies took the law, interpreted it, and then started practicing kind of contrary to what affirmative action actually says. Now, DEI was born out of the rainbow community. And for them, because they were getting stifled, they were not being let in, this 1% of the population. And so out of both things, affirmative action and DEI, the biggest benefactors were always first white women. And then DEI, their second most beneficiary is the rainbow community. The female rainbow.
Female rainbow. Okay.
The female rainbow. The ones who want to be a dude but hate dudes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, TY, I see you, TY, okay.
We sit there and we on a national level, they merge them because the right leaning side, they want to completely obliterate affirmative action. So you attach DEI to it.
Okay.
And make it the same, and they're not. DEI can go away. Any company can get rid of DEI whenever they feel like it because it's a policy. It's a self-governing policy. It has nothing to do with law.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's why it was easy to get rid of. That's why it was like out the door. Okay, with DEI. Okay. Let's see how that plays out. Not having DEI.
And guess who initiated DEI in the federal government?
Who?
Give me it.
No, it was Joe Biden. Barack Obama didn't even do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Barack hated fucking Biden. He called him Uncle Joe for a reason.
Yeah. No. Joe Biden.
He wouldn't even endorse him.
DEI only been around really since the damn Biden, but everybody wants to contribute a lot of that to the Obama or the liberal and all this, that, and the third. No, people are so angry at both sides of the spectrum that no one's actually looking at what's actually happening.
Right.
What's actually happening.
Well, shit. We getting a lesson here because we
we
are.
We didn't even know.
I
see you, TY. Shit.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, y'all gotta give me your final thoughts because I gotta go to bed. I gotta get up, and I'm tired. So give me your final thought, TJ, please, and thank you for coming up, for giving us a lesson, for real, a lesson.
No, for real. Listen, HQ. Here's my final thought.
Okay. Be
careful when you're talking about the orange president in the White House.
Right.
Be careful when you say about having a thought process what you think he won't do. There is nothing that Donald Trump won't do to push his agenda.
Okay.
There's nothing he will not do. Everybody's sitting around here talking about, he won't bring the National Guard into this city. He won't bring the National Guard into that city.
Yeah, the fuck he will.
The hell he will. The hell he won't. I'm saying, yes, he will. And he's being encouraged to do it. And remember, when my final thought is just a reminder to Black folk.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are so far removed from the 1940s, 50s, and 60s, HQ, we tend to forget as Black people just how scary white folk are when they get angry and when they get scared.
No, here we go. Look. I'm sick of this black and white talk. We all Americans. I'm tired of this black and white talk.
When they get angry, when white folks get angry and scared, people of color die.
Thank you, TJ. Thank you, TJ.
Love you, prick.
What is your final thought, Jerry?
My final thought is I don't see this shit as a white and black thing. I don't. He said white people, black people so many fucking times. I'm so tired of it. No, that's not the fucking case. We're all fucking Americans. We're all living under a fucking system ruled by banking systems and corporate entities. And we need to wake up to that and stop the whole white-black talk shit.
You heard me say that I think it's a poor against rich thing, right?
Yeah. And you know what? you're right in that way because it really is. Because I'm sorry, the fucking Rockefellers and all them, the banking systems who run your money, who print your fucking money, they have their foot in every fucking war. You think that fucking Islam and Jews, they got their foot in that war. They got their foot in the Ukrainian war. They got their foot in every fucking war. They've been doing this since the fucking forever. Forever.
Right. Is that your final thought, sir? Final thought?
That's my final thought, man. I love everybody. See why you a prick still. Love you. Good night.
Come back, Jerry. Come back, Jerry. Come back. Y'all hit the like button coming in the door, please. You know, this old lady rung my doorbell. Please just hit the like button. I appreciate it. Let me hit the only super chat that I got. Y'all do know the super chat button work. It would be lovely if somebody gave me a super chat. I got one super chat today from Carl Anderson. Thank you, sir. From Rush Limbaugh to Charlie Kirk. Conservative freedom of speech has been both criticized and celebrated as a privilege for citizens in the United States. That is the super chat that I got. Please and thank you. I appreciate y'all showing up. We always do this 10 o'clock at 10 p.m. We have subjects that we want to talk about. Please like, share, subscribe. Please hit the cash super chat. Very rarely get super chats, but it'd be amazing and it'd be lovely if we could get some. I'd appreciate it. I surely would. But we got a beautiful subject we always have every evening. And I appreciate all the views, whether you're white, black, Hispanic. I appreciate what you have to say. Come up, have a conversation. Come up. And I got trolled about 3-4 times on the phone, but that's okay. I can live with that. And maybe you'll see me tomorrow and maybe you won't. What do I got? I got one more super chat from Tahilism, $1.99. Ty Pro went half. Y'all wild. Ty Pro went half with me. I thank you. Appreciate y'all. Please hit that like button out the door. Hit the hate button. I don't care what you hit. Hit something. Hit something out the door. We'll be back. Obviously, we will be back. You know we will.